it's Jolie. Let's take a look at the line and the shape tools that are available within Google Slides. Click on the drop down arrow and you will see you have access to a line, arrow, elbow connector, curve, polyline, and scribble. Let's check them out. I'm going to click and drag to create my line. Once I do that, I can then adjust the rotation, change the length of the line. I can also adjust the line weight and color. I also have access to polylines. Polylines allow you to create two-dimensional shapes, connect the shapes to fill in with paint. And the scribble. The scribble allows students and teachers to create drawings and adjust the color. But I don't think you can fill them in with paint. That's the only downfall. Now, the Shapes tool is great. You can select from all of these different two-dimensional shapes. Simply click and drag and fill them in with paint. You also have access to arrows. These arrows are wonderful if you're creating flowcharts or diagrams. And there are callouts in here as well. I use callouts while creating comic strips. And you also have your equation symbols. So now let's talk about how you could use the Shapes and Lines tool during instruction. Here, I have a comic strip template that I created. Now, I don't want students to move these shapes around. I just want them to contribute and add to create their comic strip. So there's a trick to doing this. What you're going to do is once you create your background, let's say it's a comic strip template or a Venn diagram or a timeline, if you don't want anyone to manipulate the shapes, you're going to go to File and download these shapes as a PNG image. So right here we have File, Download, PNG. So once you do that, you are going to get a flattened image that you can use for a static background. Here's an example. You can see here that I can no longer move these images around, and that's because I went to Background, selected Image, and I uploaded that background that I just flattened as a PNG file. So I'm going to click Done, and now the background will be there. So then students use the shapes tools to create these snowmen, and they could even use the callouts to make a word problem, however you want to use comic strips during your instruction. Another fun thing you could do with the Shapes and Lines tool is create stop motion. So in this example, we are recreating a scene from the book The Wild Robot. I use the shapes to create Roz here, the character from the story. I inserted a background by clicking background, and I just searched the Google image search to find a forest, and I inserted clip art. Now I went to File, Insert Clip Art, and what I did to get the transparent background is I searched for a bear as a PNG file, and that will give you that transparent background. So you could use that in your stop motion. Now, all you need to do to create stop motion is right click on the slide and select duplicate slide. Now you can select your character, use the arrow keys to just move the character ever so slightly to create the animation. And you're going to continue that, right click, duplicate slide, select the character, and just move the character over a few to create the stop motion. So now when you're in presentation mode and you press the arrow keys to move to the next slide, it's going to look like the slides are animated. When you go to File, Publish to the web, you are able to publish your slideshow and auto advance the slides. But every second is too slow for stop motion animation. So, what people are doing is they are using Screencastify or some type of screen recorder, and they are auto advancing themselves much quicker, or they're using a website like Tall Tweets. Tall Tweets allows educators to upload a slideshow and create an animated GIF. It's really neat, and I recommend you check it out. Now, if you do not want to create your own diagrams, Google Slides does have a neat feature built in where you can go to Insert Diagram and you will see a bunch of diagrams auto populate on the right side of your screen. you can select the diagram that interests you. You can even change the number of levels in the diagram and the color of the diagram. Once you select the diagram, it will appear in your Google Slide to edit. So this is another nice option too, and you don't have to recreate the wheel.